Optimus Prime, the noble leader of the Autobots, requires a portrait of the highest caliber to be presented for his coronation. Kali, you better not disappoint.
I'll do my best, Teletran. With this, the tricky part was scale, getting the Optimus working visually as well. And for me, there was quite a bit of uncertainty if I could actually make it work, because I've never actually painted this type of image, but it certainly turned out to be a heap of fun. So for this first part, I was thinking of it more as a still life, just an object that's lit from one light source. So that's why it was important to get all the darks in first. Now I can start to bring in some of those mid-tones. But what a great colour scheme and grouping of shapes as well. One of the great fears when painting is that the object that you're painting or the scene that you're painting isn't overly interesting or exciting to paint, where if anything this was more visual overload. So almost like a steam train or a truck or a tractor actually. So a little bit of that painting certainly did help. And I was interested in actually making the setting a little more sort of futuristic or battle worn, so that it looks like it's already been in a little bit of a skirmish in the city. But I'm still using the big brushes to start with, just to block in some of those bluey, purpley greys. This is quite a crucial little line, because this is going to help tie the left-hand side with the right. So it's mostly a French ultramarine blue and a little bit of cadmium red again. So that'll help tie in with Optimus as well. So just cutting in around some of Optimus there. But notice how I've gone for those big shapes, blasted it in. I've still left the sky, but I've kind of got my setting now. I've got the lighting, I've got the overall feel of what the finished painting will appear like and be like. So that's why I don't mind bringing in some of the smaller details at this stage. And with this experience, it's sort of given me pretty good confidence to actually tackle a few more of this type of idea, because an idea is one thing, but the execution is completely different. So this is a whole heap of titanium white with just a tiny little bit of the ultramarine blue. So just blasting that sky in. Actually, I love the wet road as well. I think that only adds to the mood, and it helps to unify the whole scene as well. Visually, it's just creating just that fantastic lighting, which I think is sometimes sort of good luck. We always are sort of pushing your thought process, your ideas. Sometimes we come up with gold, sometimes more brass. But so I'll just finish this sky. And I've realised that a few more buildings in the background may actually help sort of make it more of a metropolis, even though it is quite a big city anyway. But those little finials or those little bits of decoration on the building go really nicely. So you can see that I've got the gap in between the buildings on the top left. Now I can start to bring in some of that reflected light. It's kind of got a bit of a yellowy ochre touch, which is the reflection of that building mostly. And actually I felt overall the Optimus was kind of not easy, but it was kind of fairly straightforward in the end. The background was straightforward. The yellow ochre building in the mid-distance proved to be the tricky part. And I think the setting just plays such an important part. That's why I am putting so much more effort and time into researching, also doing stuff on Procreate and really playing with the idea first, just to make sure that I've got the best idea possible. Okay, this is kind of the make or break part really of this, the setting, actually putting all those lights in, because once again you'll see that last little brush mark, that's one of the lightest of all the lights in there, so I'm trying to keep most of the attention to the right hand side, the way that Optimus is facing. Just throwing in a few little directional lines. And I think the time of the day, the fact the lights were on as well, it's just a bonus. Just fine tuning things, seeing if I've got too much information, if I'm overdoing it. Well, I'm really pleased with how this has come out. Boy, I hope Optimus is really thrilled with my result. I wonder if this will lead to any new clientele.
Well, I for one would be first in line. The ruler of the Decepticons, Megatron. There's only one thing I fear in this world, and that's an incompetent hand up the easel. Whisson, I need you on my side.